Hey, y'all. I'm fixing to speak to you from down yonder in Texas. No, anybody who knows me, I don't talk Texan. But I do have Midwest street cred. I graduated high school in a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio. So anybody from Ohio in here? A few. I graduated college from Purdue University. Any Boilermakers in the house? Come on, more than that. Well, boiler up. What's that boo? Was that you, Tom? Did you say boo? We did get beat lately, so it was kind of sad. What? But we're still number 8 in the nation, even though we're 3 in the Big Ten. Go figure. It's just an awesome team. Well, last week, who knows what was significant about last week? I know somebody does because he was involved. What happened on Wednesday of last week? Speak it up, people. It was Rotary's 117th birthday. Is that awesome? Let's give a hand for Rotary. It takes 117 years to get a woman as president. Well, let's hope we do one before another 117 years, right? This is my 19th year in Rotary. And a lot of us, why did we join Rotary? We joined for the networking and we stayed for the what? The service. That was me. I joined for the networking. I wanted to meet the important people in the community. Then I'm like, wow, I want to make a difference. And now I joined for the networking. Now I love Rotary for the service. Who here loves Rotary? I like the applause, but I want more. I want you to stand up if you love Rotary. Come on, everybody stand up. Now, wait, I'm not done here. On a count of 3, we're all going to say, I love Rotary. 1, 2, 3. I love Rotary. 1, 2, 3. I love Rotary. All right. Now, if you're not a president-elect or president nominee, you can sit down. And you can finish your dessert. Everybody else here, I don't care what the other titles are. We have PDGs, we have DGEs, AGs. We have so many acronyms in Rotary, right? But you standing are the real leaders of Rotary because Rotary starts and finishes with the clubs. The rest of Rotary, the rest of staff, everybody is here to support you. If anybody's in the military, there's a saying, for every one person in the field, there's 13 people to support them. Well, that's what Rotary is. For every single president in their club, you've got the rest of the organization to make you have a great year. And you guys are the real heroes, and you're the ones that are going to make our organization grow. So I want everybody to give them applause. Yeah. Now you could go ahead and sit down. I'm interactive, if you can't tell. I get bored listening to myself speak, so I have to get you guys engaged. Otherwise, I'll fall off the stage and don't want to do that. I said OSHA will get upset if I do that. So we're going to keep you engaged. Now I got a show of hands. Who here wants to grow their Rotary Club? Everybody, because we're all Rotarians. We got our hands up, right? But this is what I got to tell you. This isn't about membership. Rotary is not a membership organization. What kind of organization are we? Service. We're 501c4. We are a service organization. Growing Rotary is about 3 things. 1, what is it? We're a service organization, community service. 2, it's supporting the foundation. And why is supporting the foundation so important? When we provide donations and fundraise for the foundation, those funds generate what? More service. Global grants, district grants. That's how we have big, you can get a global grant, $400,000. You know what kind of service project you could do with $400,000? And then the third area is diversification of membership. That's what we have to do. That's what President-elect Jennifer Jones is talking about. It's not just about gender. It's about all types of diversification. So when we hit those 3, service, foundation, diversification of membership, that's when we grow Rotary. So I want to see another show of hands. Who wants to grow Rotary? And we're going to grow it the right way. All right, good job. For decades, our amazing organization has been losing members. Everybody's heard that. Jennifer, every year we talk about it. It's been decades. And the problem is, we have great meetings, don't we? Look at all these people here. How are we losing members if we have great meetings? We have awesome fundraisers, and we write big checks to all these other nonprofits, actually more than the Rotary Foundation, go figure there. But we do these great things, and we're still losing members. Has anybody ever heard the concept, confuse, you lose? It's a business concept. So let's think about the public. They join a Rotary Club, and what are they encouraged to do? To join a meeting. They're like, I thought we were going to serve. And then we have these awesome fundraisers. And we do all this fundraising. Then what do? We donate it to every nonprofit except for us. Is that confusing? It sure is. I can't think of any other nonprofit in the world that fundraises. Who's going to fundraise for Rotary? Nobody does. We got to. So when people join our ranks, we need to get them to serve. And we also need to support the foundation because they'll understand the foundation allows us to serve bigger, greater, all over the world. It's the greatest foundation in the world. And so that's part of the problem with Rotary. We have these great meetings, we have these great fundraisers, but we're not focused on the target. And that's what I want to talk about, is focusing on the target. Now, the challenge we have is because of our lack of focus, there's a lot of confusion. And so are we destined to join the ranks of Kodak? Anybody remember Kodak? They didn't change, did they? How about Blockbusters? Where did they go? Times changed beyond them. How about BlackBerry? They were the dominant one. Who's got a BlackBerry here? None. That's where Rotary is going if we don't change. And so what we got to do is change our mindset, right? Because I've been in Rotary 19 years, and I talk to a lot of clubs, a lot of leaders, and people are like, why do we need to change? You know, we're such an amazing organization. We have classification restrictions. Can't have too many lawyers. Remember, Tom Gump this morning, he's a recovering attorney. He had to do that just to get in a club. He couldn't say he's an attorney anymore. You know, we have fines. If you don't do this, you're going to get a fine. Perfect attendance. I have been perfect attendance for 19 years, but is that a great way of getting people to stay? Because we have lives, you know, we have lives. We have some clubs that sing. I think that's awesome. I just don't want to do it every club meeting. Well, these are the things that made Rotary Rotary, right? These are the Rotary traditions. Why should we change them? When these new people come into the club, shouldn't they adopt our traditions? They need to do it the way that we have been doing it, right? Is that right? No, but that's what Rotarians say, isn't it? This is our club tradition. You need to adopt it. So you know what people say? They answer with their feet, and they walk away. So we get all these people in, they get confused, and then they're like, well, man, this is not an inclusive environment. Then they walk out. That's our challenge. It's a mindset change, and that's what all of us have to do. And it's really hard, obviously. So what I want to share a story with is Plano West Rotary. As you heard, we were the fastest growing Rotary Club in America. Actually, I want to correct what Bill said. Actually, Emily Tucker, who knows Emily Tucker? No offense to all the other great Rotary staff, I think she's the greatest. I love Emily. She kind of taught me everything I know. So if you want to know how to grow Rotary membership, talk to Emily Tucker. She's your regional membership officer. Well, she pointed out, you are not the fastest growing Rotary Club in the United States. I'm like, really? She said North America. I'm like, wow, that's even better. So Plano West Rotary is the fastest growing Rotary Club in North America. And these are kind of the stats. We started with 21 members, and we grew to 63 by the end of, June 30th, 2021. We went from 14% women to 52% women, 10% non-white. That 10% was, AV's hating me there. I was the first and only black guy in the club, and I recruited a Pakistani friend, so that got us our 10%. Then we went to 52%. And it's awesome. we grew. Our median age was 67. I think I was about 52 at the time I was president then, and I was a young guy. Remember, our median age was 67. Now, the end of this year, it was 50. Our median age now is 45 as a club. So we're getting younger. We're at 58% women. I think we're at 54% non-white. And you know how we did this? We did not do this through recruiting members. I tell our club members, don't recruit members. Recruit volunteers for our service projects. We performed 75 service projects in this Rotary year, and they're all on Rotary Showcase. Who has ever entered a project on Rotary Showcase? Crickets, crickets. You should. Kyle Hagen, he's our regional coordinator for public image, he will tell you, when you put things in Rotary Showcase, Rotary staff looks at it, and you might get articles written about your Rotary Club's project. The media looks at it. So that's in your best interest to put it in Rotary Showcase. But that's how we grew it. And the way we grew it is treating our club like a business. And so there's an analogy I like giving. So I'm going to audience participation, not you, Tom, even though I'm looking at you all the time. It's like, hey, Tom. Okay, if you think of a church as a business, what is a product? Faith, right? Now, who is their customer base? The community, right? Now, do they say, all right, recruit members to our church, recruit members to our church? Is that what churches do? No. They talk about their services, their faith, how they can help you. Well, that's a Rotary Club. Our product is service. The community is our customer base. All we talk about is get more members, get more members. Well, that's putting the cart before the horse. You got to get a product that the community is going to want to buy. And if your only product is showing up for lunch and writing checks, that's a hard pill to swallow. People think of Rotary as a service organization. So you need to ramp up your production of your product, which is service. And so I'm going to kind of talk a little bit what happened at our club. When I took over as president, and some people may be able to relate to this, we were on the verge of being terminated or merged. 21 members. I'm in a suburb of Dallas, Plano, Texas. We have 6 Rotary clubs in our suburb. So when you've got this Rotary Club that is the smallest and at 21, we know what the DGs are saying. Hey, you got 6 of you. Maybe you need to combine. Well, that's where we were at. For the last 5 years, we had been pounded by DG after DG. You got to do something. You guys are just getting smaller and smaller. Another challenge, which you maybe relate to, is all of our club members had already been presidents. And so they're rolling into this. How many second, third-year presidents do we have in here? See, you know that feeling. So you're running out of people to be president, or you're looking for a new member. You want to be president in 6 months? Hey, welcome to Rotary. Then we had another problem. Who's ever heard of the Pareto principle? What is it? 80-20, right? So if you only have 20 members, and what that says is 80% of the work is being done by 20% of the people. That's what was going on with our club. So if you do the math, 20% of 20 is 4. So you got a Rotary Club being run by 4 people. Has anybody done that? Any of those core people in here? Show of hands? It's exhausting, isn't it? Well, that's where our club was at. So we were really at our last chance to do something. So when I went to Pets, I was on fire, just like you are. I was on fire for Rotary. I was on fire to meet people. I was on fire to do something different. Now, I had a lot of great advice from my club members. Anybody have that? You're a president, everybody's telling you what to do, right? You got to do this, you got to do that. Alex, you're our hope. You're young. I'm 52, I'm young. You got to bring in other young people. You got to bring in other minorities. You got to bring in more women. You can do it. We're behind you all the way. The problem was they weren't beside me. That's what happens a lot. You got a president that's thinking it's all on them, and it's not going to happen that way. Well, that's how I felt. So I knew something had to change. For a living, I'm a business coach. I work with business owners. My focus is on accountability, systems, and scaling so they can actually make more money, take their business to the next level by working less. Because it's easy to trade money for time, but that's a burnout, right? That's why people get burnout in Rotary. So you want to be able to do more with less time. And so I applied those concepts to our club. And it's the same concept. Oh, we're a business. What is our product again? Service. And who is our customer base? How do we communicate with our customer base? Public image. Go Kyle, is he here? Oh, I just called him out if he's not here. Oh, there he is, yay! Public image is how you convey that messaging. And public image is both internal and external. Any business owners here? Let's see a show of hands, business owners. Public image for Rotary is what sales and marketing is for a business. No matter how great your product is, are you going to succeed without sales and marketing? No. That's why Rotary has elevated public image. If you don't have a strong public image with a plan, no matter how great your club is, you're going to continue to fail. And I say continue because it's been happening for decades. Now, if you're a club that's growing, awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, our club was not, so I needed to apply those business concepts. I think I went the wrong way, didn't I? I sure did. Ha-ha. So what I'm going to give you are 3 concepts. And so you could kind of write these down, but you're going to know them what they are as well. I think you get these slides. My slides aren't really full of a lot of information. So as you can see, 3 cotton ball things. We did 3 things to become the fastest growing Rotary Club in North America. And the first one, what we did, is novel concept. Okay, let me back up. If you're trying to get A to B, I've got a club here that's failing, and I was president, yay, and I want to accomplish what? More service, I want to have more diversity in membership, and I want more donations to the Rotary Foundation, because those are the 3 priorities. How am I going to get there? Well, you need a map, don't you? Right? Well, you know Rotary has a map for us? It's called the Rotary Action Plan. Who's ever heard the Rotary Action Plan here? Not enough. We need to have more. This is actually Rotary's 2019 strategic plan. It's a 5-year plan, and it's amazing. It consists of 4 things. Notice I only had a couple fingers. I couldn't count. That's a good electrical engineering degree, right? How many fingers? The first one is increase your impact. This solely talks about increase your social impact. This is about service projects, and you do that through 2 ways, community service and supporting the foundation. How does that tie in? When you support the foundation, that provides funding for bigger service projects. When you give money to another nonprofit, how is that helping your service projects? It is not. But when you give money to the foundation, that gives you the ability to help in your service projects, whether it's a district grant, a global grant, or all the different a scaling grant. The foundation allows you to just magnify your impact. The second, expand your reach. What that is talking about is your club getting outside of its own head. Clubs are really good about, it's about us, what we do. Well, the outside world, which is the majority of the population, doesn't care about that. You got to get out to them. So if you're a club, let's just say if your club possibly has a lot of white people, does anybody have a club like that here? Well, if you do, I do know we have a couple club presidents that have majority minority clubs, so they have a different problem. You want to expand your reach. If you're a bunch of white people, you want to expand to people who don't look like you. Whether it's black, brown, yellow, green, you got to get out there. How you do that is not saying, oh, we want more black people. I heard that. You think I'm a black person? I hear that. That's not how it happens. You know what we did? We actually started serving in a black community. And we invited the community to serve with us. And what happens when you do that? They're like, wow, Rotary cares about black people? That's amazing. Let's go volunteer with them. And then they say, oh, these are nice people. Well, then they ask you how to join. That's how you expand your reach. Serve in the communities that you don't represent. Whether it's women, you can volunteer with a women's shelter. There's a lot of them. We talk about human trafficking, volunteer in that. You could talk about those with disabilities. At least 25% of the population have some form of disability. Does your club look like that? Does it look like your community? Whatever the percentages are, or if it doesn't, Partner with a nonprofit that works with those in disability. When you do that, make your club inclusive to that audience by expanding your reach. Not only will you be serving, which is what we're supposed to do, but you're going to be reaching out to part of the community that did not think you cared. And then they will want to work with you. You know, our motto for our club is serve with us, fellowship with us, join us. Be on a service project, get to know us, and join us if you want. That works in life, right? So that's what you got to do when you expand your reach. Look at your club, see what you are not, and start serving in those areas, because if you lead with service, it'll work. That was only the second priority. This is a simple map to get you where you want to go, but if you actually apply it, it works. Third, enhance participant engagement. You notice it doesn't talk about enhanced Rotary engagement or member engagement, participant, because Rotary wants us to involve the community in our service projects. Ask them, invite them, bring them, because there's more of them than us. Our club has over 800 people in our volunteer database, and 90% of them are not Rotarians. On a typical project we have, which we do 6 a month, 80% of the volunteers have nothing to do with Rotary. And we don't expect them to join. If they do, awesome, but we need them to help us serve the community, because we're about changing lives. So, but with that, when you think of it as a participant, both Rotarians and non-Rotarians are volunteers. Wait, what's that? Am I out of time? Oh, boy. Okay. So what you need to do is make sure you enhance their engagement. And the last one, increase your ability to adapt. That's flexibility. Rotary's biggest problem is we don't want to change, right? We have to be flexible. Midwest Pets is a great example of being flexible, incorporating Zoom. A lot of clubs won't do Zoom. It also, in terms of meeting structure, when you meet, having different types of clubs, that's increasing your ability to adapt. So that was only the second. The third, see, I told these guys I'm going to get all passionate and go long. The second thing that we did was we chartered a Rotary Community Corps. Everybody should do that. We partnered with a nonprofit that served a neighborhood of great poverty in Plano. Plano has over 100, we are the wealthiest large city in America. And we have so much need, it's unreal. So your communities do as well. Charter a Rotary Community Corps. What that is a bunch of volunteers you partner with. Well, what happens, serve with us, fellowship with us, join us. They will join you. In fact, our president nominee was vice president of the nonprofit we partnered with for our RCC. Now, we don't expect them to join. When I originally started this RCC, my goal was for them to spin off to another club. I said, start this RCC, get going, we'll do a satellite club. You can meet in the neighborhood. It's called Douglas Community. Then when you're established, you can form your own club. Yeah, it'll be the 7th club in Plano. I don't care about them. But it's important that we represent the community. Well, 2 years later, they're like, we don't want to have our own club. So now they're part of our, like I said, their VP is going to be running our club in a year and a half. Don't worry about, oh, they're going to compete with us. Just serve. That's what people want to see. The third thing we did was, I'm moving more quicker here, I apologize, we collaborate with everybody, the city, the school district, other Rotary clubs. We build a service project to collect volunteers to help other Rotary clubs with their service projects. What it's really powerful is when you find those new clubs, this year, every district governor needs to put in 2 new clubs. Tom talked about that this morning. This is very important for Rotary. But you know what's really important? They need help. They need mentorship. You've got all these excited people that are on fire for Rotary, and they want to do a lot, but they don't know Rotary, or they knew Rotary a long time ago. Now, if you got an established club, find out what they're doing. Build a service project to help them. Also, ask them to serve in your service projects, because when new clubs succeed, all of us succeed. When new clubs fail, we all fail, because we continue our decline. So what I'm saying is, you may not personally start a new club, but you could partner with them just like you partner with other Rotary clubs. And because, what is our product? Service. So you want a service. So what I want you to do now, we're actually going to do a bit of our audience participation. I want every PE and PN to think right now in their mind, what kind of small service project can you do? I don't mean a signature project. Honestly, if those worked, we would not be in a membership decline right now. I'm talking about small. When we do our 75 service projects, we currently do 6 to 7 service projects a month. If you look at our calendar now, we have 8 for March that we're doing. They're all small, usually 2 hours of time for somebody. You go in on a Saturday, you do some great deal, you help a community, then you go home. People love that. So think about what your community could do. Because I'm going to challenge every president-elect, every president nominee to have your club do a small service project over the next 60 days. Examples. Every city has a litter pickup program. Get a bunch of volunteers, go pick up some litter. Partner with the food bank. Everybody, there's food deficiency everywhere. You can help them. You can deliver food from a food bank. There's so many little things you could do. Collect hygiene kits for ending human trafficking or for a women's shelter. There's just a lot of opportunities. So what I'm going to do now, I'm actually going to go out into the crowd, and we're going to go table by table, and we want one idea of a service project, small, fun, and impactful, that you can do. Let me get to the right slide. There we go. Small, fun, and impactful that you can do in the next 60 days. I need you to keep it to 20 seconds because we're going to have the amazing Stacy over there. She's going to type it so we can see him on the screen, and then we're going to actually send these service projects to everybody here so that way you can do it. And we're going to be following up to make sure you actually do a service project. Because a Rotary Club that does not do service is a business that has no product. And so we're going to give you a lot of product ideas. So once again, 20 seconds, think of a service project, and we're going to try to hit every table until they run me out of this room. So. God, I did what I did want to do. All right, everybody, give it some thought. I should see people writing things down here. I'm following you. If you don't look at me, that's who I'm going to ask. All right, here we have a table.
My name is Hurley Wilborn, and I'm Oak Forest Rotary. And I just thought, kind of as an impactful thing to do, a domestic violence women's shelter, and then kind of the supplies that they would need. I thought you could gather things and deliver and do something like that pretty quickly.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So did you catch that, Stacey? For those on Zoom, domestic violence, collect supplies that they might deliver. Now, because I talk so much, I have to apologize. I can only do 2 tables. But that doesn't mean we're not going to get you ideas. I need you to write down on sheets of paper ideas for small, fun, impactful projects. And I want you to turn them in so that way we can still compile the list. Because our goal is that you have takeaways. Because if this is about doing, you guys are going to be leading the world on July 1st. We need to give you ammunition to fight those battles. I got to go somebody up here. I'm sorry. Is there somebody I'm trying to be inclusive of the entire room. So do we have somebody up here? I'm sorry, I'm going. I got to be fair. Tell us who you are and what club you're from.
What did you want us to do? Oh,
Stand up and then tell the story.
tell the idea.
Well, not a story, but 20 seconds of a service project.
Oh, this is
20 seconds. I'm sorry.
okay.
An idea, 20 seconds that somebody else could do.
Okay. My name is Ruby Dent. Oh, closer. My name is Ruby Dent. My club is the Milwaukee North Sunrise Club. And one of the things that we discuss which is down and dirty and quick, is storytelling at daycares and nursing homes.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Now, I apologize because I went too long. You get me talking about Rotary, I'll talk forever. What? Oh, 5 more minutes. Hey, they gave us 5 more minutes. say thank you to the Pets Council. Do we have somebody here? 20 seconds. Tell us who you are, what club.
I'm Jackie from Lake in the Hills, and we do the birthday bags. We haven't done them for a while, but then when we take them to the food pantry, and when mom goes shopping at the food pantry, any of the kids that have a birthday in the house, they get a cake mix, cake frosting, candles, balloons, bubbles, toys inside these little festive bags.
Thank you very much. Did my friend Stacy get all that? She is good, isn't she? You guys, everybody needs to thank her. We have somebody else up here. All right. Tell us who you are and what your club and 20-second project.
Okay, I'm Amanda Beatles from the city of Chillicothe. We're 6460. And what we do is we collect cleaning supplies for our community needs agency.
Awesome. Thank you. I got to wait on Stacy here.
You're
All right.
good.
Here we go. Who you are, your club?
Mary Huffcutt at Chippewa Falls, 6250. It's kind of a bigger service, but we partnered with church who are building tiny homes for the homeless, and we help with the project in partnership.
So you got to do that in 60 days. Anybody else? Small, fun, impactful. Wait, somebody closer to me. Okay. Your name, your club, in 20 seconds.
Jenny Hone, Thiensville, Mequon, and we are actually doing a diaper drive. I reached out to the local Ozaki Nonprofit Center in our county, and they have a huge need for diapers and formula.
Awesome.
So a lot of people need diapers.
Yes. Thank you very much. She's getting it. Anybody on this back row before I run front? How about this table? If you don't speak, you need to write things down. We want ideas. Wait, let me give you the mic. Name, club, 20 seconds.
John Cairns, District 6450, Oak Park, River Forest. And I mean, just for involvement to get the members out and help the visibility in the community. Trash pickup, I'm going to state the obvious. Trash pickup in the forest preserves along the roads and stuff like that. It gets everybody out.
That's awesome. But it's obvious, but a lot of clubs don't do it. We do trash pickup every other month. We have 10 volunteers, and usually only 2 of them are Rotarians. It's a
You're
great
good.
recruiting ground. Anybody else here? None.
You're good.
I got way over here. I hope you're writing things down. Just because you're not saying it, we need ideas.
I'm Terry Dykeis of the Batavia, Illinois Club and District 6440. And one of the things that we're hoping to do is we've recently developed a relationship with a women's shelter in a town close by us. It's called LifeSpring. And they have a cleanup every spring, so we're going to recruit our members and other folks in the community to go and do the cleanup for them. And it's a cleanup inside and outside of the shelter. So those are also people that don't necessarily look like us. So we're looking forward to it.
Thank you very
Alex, we have time for 2 more
much.
questions.
2 more. Okay, I see this hand has been up for a long time. She thinks I'm like avoiding her. All right.
My name is Michelle Smith, 6450 Romeoville. Writing cards to seniors, nursing homes, any of that, but during your meeting, bring a bunch of cards, everybody writes notes and send them off.
That is awesome. We did a virtual nursing home card project where people did it at home and they sent it to nursing homes. And you could do that whether you're in the meeting or not. Do we have one more I was told? Right here, awesome.
Cleaning up seniors' yards that need raking after the winter, or the accumulation of leaves and things in their yard.
You gotta tell us who you are.
Oh, I'm Jeanette Bell, West Dallas, Wisconsin, 6270.
Man, fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
Once again, I'm going to beg, plead, inspire, motivate, encourage you to write down a service project. Share, because we're going to collect them all. Where do we want them to take them? A bunch of papers with service projects on. In this offense, I just made this up now, so we were not prepared for this. I'm an Audible guy. So we need service projects, and we've got 10 now. I would love to send 50. We need 50 on this list, so let's start writing some.
You see somebody back there collecting them, so that's where to go. All right. Wow. What great accomplishments and information. Great accomplishments and information that Alex has shared with us, and great ideas that you all have come up with to share with us as well. So not only did his club increase membership, but they've also figured out ways to continue to provide invaluable service to the community. We know it takes a great deal of work and commitment, but the more members you have to spread the workload, the more you can accomplish. As Alex has shown us, I know I'm going to take that information to heart as I go back to our district and share some of these ideas with our clubs. So Alex, we appreciate your participation in Midwest Pets, and in recognition of your participation, we are making a donation in your name to Rotary's signature initiative, Polio Plus. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
There you are.